Hey guys, Lindsay, Fly Girl VSG coming into you with my week 142 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I know I haven't been into you in a couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was really busy and I just did not have time. My phone takes like 4 hours to upload anything to YouTube, so I just didn't have time to make a video and then let it sit and update. Last week I was a little upset about some stuff, and also Gracie was in town, so I just didn't have time. Gracie's like, let's make a video, and again, it was like on my phone and we were busy doing stuff. So we had a great time though. Her and her daughter, of course, are completely delightful, no surprise. Yeah, so we had a good time. So things that are new with me since I saw you last. Let's just start with the numbers because I think that's what this is all about right now. So I started the 2-week pre-op diet at 301.2. I weighed in days surgery at 291.8. I weighed in 2 weeks ago at 214.4. I weighed in Monday at 216.8, and I weighed in today at 214.4. So I'm actually down 2.4 pounds since Monday, but since 2 weeks ago, I'm up 2 pounds. So it just feels to me like I'm going up and down the same 5 pounds, 211, 216, 211, 216. This is my new 5-pound range. It was between like 205 and 209. And then at the beginning of the year, it was between 202 and 209. So I don't know why I keep gaining weight. I mean, it's not entirely me. That's all I have to say. So I have gotten my thyroid checked. It's fine. My adrenals seem to be in decent shape. I don't know. I need to be consistent. I was going to cut out alcohol, but then Kim was here and then Gracie was here and it was just so much fun. So, I haven't done that, but I have now. I am going to my high school reunion. I'm not going to drink at my high school reunion. My birthday is on Monday. I'm not going to drink for my birthday. I keep remembering that I was looking through my Nicaragua pictures from January and I was like, I did that trip without drinking. Like that was legit. Like, I can do this. The exceptions will be I'll have some champagne at my shower, which is the 21st of August, and my bachelorette party, which is going to be 3 weeks after that. Just because, obviously. But, with wedding festivities coming up, I mean, the crunch time is like legit. The coach that I hired wants to get me to 195, but that was 4 weeks ago. And now I've got 9 weeks from tomorrow. I mean, I'll just be happy to lose 10 pounds. I really need to get to 202, 202, 204 is really my goal. So 10 to 12 pounds. I did the 3-day refresh the last 3 days. I wasn't perfect on it. That's the 2 pounds, and I've lost 1 inch around my belly. But the thing this is keeping me up at night. And I know that that's not the kind of stress that I really need to be dealing with right now, because the more I stress about it, the more my body reacts to that, hormonal response to the stress, and the more my body will hold on to the fat, right? But so there's a couple of things going on in my mind. The wedding planning is going awesome, and I have some stuff to show you. And I'm really excited. I feel like the last couple of weeks have been the best, and the next upcoming weeks are gonna just get better as we get closer. I've gotten so many things taken care of that I'm hoping that as we get closer, there's very little to actually stress about. With the exception that I want to fit into my dress without having to take it out. And if I am at 214, I'm going to have to take it out. At 202, I actually won't. I know that doesn't make sense. It's only 12 pounds, but that dress fit like perfection at 202. It would have been better at 295, or 195, excuse me. So when I bought the dress, I was like, oh, I just need to lose 5 pounds. And then I put on fucking 15 pounds. Like, so my regain at this point sits at 33.2 pounds. It's very upsetting. And I am starting to feel exactly the way I did all the years I was fat, which is like, what's the quick fix? What can I do? And I have never, ever my entire life dropped weight for an event. I've always tried, but I have never succeeded. And it's that roundabout in your head that makes you crazy. And it's making me crazy too. And I'm starting to see it in other little ways. Like, when I went to Nicaragua, I think I was like in the low 200s, 202, 205, something like that. And I actually lost weight when I was there. Um, so I may have actually gone a little bit higher and then lost weight. I remember getting back and dropping down below 200 for like a second. Um, or getting right at 200, but now we're 7 months later, and I'm up, 15 pounds, and I see it in like photos. Like, I just don't feel cute. I feel like, like right now I'm touching this and I'm like, oh my God, this is so fat. Like, I'm just like touching my arms and they're fuller. I have really big arms anyway. So, it's like I'm touching it and I feel terrible. I feel uncomfortable in all of my clothes, even though I bought new clothes. I hate them all. So I'm super, super unhappy. At the same time, I don't seem to have the wherewithal to quite like do that one thing that's gonna like make it consistent. It's like I am good all day, and then and and then Kent's eating chips and salsa, and he can eat 4 chips and put them away, and then I usually don't eat them, so like it's fine. And then he'll cut up some cheese, and then it's like I'm having a bite of cheese. Well, that's not a deal breaker, except for like how many bites does that take to add another 110 calories for that to be an ounce? I probably eat an ounce of extra cheese every 3 days, which is 110. You know what I'm saying? Like it all adds up. And not eating when I'm not hungry. But the problem with that is since surgery, when I actually feel hungry, I am like well beyond hungry. So I try to drink water, but if I'm continuing to be hungry, then it's like I see red, like I'm hangry and I'm grabbing whatever. So it's harder for me to make those choices in the moment. It's also harder to make those choices out and about. Like today's going to be a really good exercise in that because I'm not very mindful when I'm out and about. Like I have good intentions. I plan my day. And I know your guys' advice is going to be just do it. Like I get that. I do. I know all the things, but I can't, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm super motivated. Like I remember going to Nicaragua and like I ate whatever I wanted in Nicaragua, still lost weight, but I didn't drink alcohol. And I didn't eat. I felt like I was kind of hand to mouth the whole time, but I was eating super clean whole foods, and my carbs were coming from like occasionally some totally whole baked, no processed, like just baked fresh bread, and plantains and potatoes and rice and beans. And then everything else was like produce and like fruit, and so lots of fruit, and protein. And so I come back here and then it's like I'm doing my shakes, which I had shakes while I was there too, but just a couple times. I'm doing my shakes. I'm eating more tortillas, which don't even settle well with me. Sandwiches. Uh, so I plan out my day. This is the example I was going to say. I plan out my day, and then all of a sudden I go to the cafe and I get my iced Americano, which is fine. Water and coffee, right? Or espresso. And I can put a dollop of cream in there. I have no guilt about that. 35 calories, a little bit of fat, no problem. Or some 2% milk, it's fine. I literally put so little in it. It's not even a tablespoon probably. But then it's like, oh, but I want this cinnamon roll, or oh, I want this bagel, or oh, I want this coffee cake. And I don't do that all the time, but it's like it's enough, or I get a panini, or I go out to eat and I eat the bread that they serve at the table. Like I don't have control. Like I do. I know I do, but it doesn't feel like I do in the moment. Like ahead of time I'm like I'm gonna put the bread away from me. But when I get there, then it's like the only thing I can think about. And it's like it has to go in my mouth. Well, if it were just one piece of bread, it would be fine, but it's like over time, or I eat a second piece. You know, these are just examples. So, like, I'm going to a barbecue tonight, and the question is, I don't know what's going to be there. There'll be alcohol. I can not drink the alcohol. I've done that plenty of times. I'm fine with that. There's going to be plenty of meat. I'm making caprese, which I've budgeted into my plan. I've budgeted some mixed barbecue vegetables, and I've budgeted about 4 ounces of chicken, which will probably end up being 3 ounces of chicken and like a bite of beef. But I don't know what else is going to be there. Is there going to be cheese? So I'm going to try to go back to putting everything I want to eat on my plate, and not having to finish it. Don't get seconds, because that's a habit I've gotten into. And small servings. So if I'm going to be like the mentality of eating everything on my plate, which I tend to do, to have small servings. So 1 piece of cheese with a tomato and, like one caprese, my 4 ounces of meat, my half a cup of vegetables. And let's say there's a rice or something, like a 1/4 cup of rice, like 1 spoon, like just for a taste, these types of things. But I'm walking into the next 9 weeks of a shit ton of events. I've got my birthday brunch on Sunday, which is a buffet brunch. And I called ahead, and they're giving me the juniors prices. So what that means to me is, I'm going to get my plate, and I'm going to get a bite of everything. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to eat everything on my plate. I'm not going to walk away from that super stuffed, but I have to, I don't know. I'm freaking out. I'm super stressed out about it. 215 is going to turn into 220 really fucking fast. And 220 is going to turn into 250 super fucking fast if I don't fucking get this shit under control. I'm fucking pissed off. Sorry. How mad do I seem right now? Okay, so that's my major complaint. My major issue. My major, seriously, 90% of my headspace. I should be enjoying my wedding planning, which I am. Just having this in the back, I just feel like I failed, and I keep thinking about Lauren, and she posted her Transformation Tuesday video. She posted her Transformation earlier this week about regain doesn't have to be forever. And I mean, I wish I had an ounce of determination that she does, that girl. Sorry. And I do sometimes. I just don't know how to get there sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, and I'm doing it, and I'm getting it done, and I either get results or I don't. And then I get frustrated, usually I don't. And so then I get frustrated, and then I end up here where I'm like, but I just, I know it's just doing that every day and not looking at it from day to day or week to week, but the bigger picture. And I'm just not in that headspace right now. Right now I'm thinking 9 weeks. What am I going to do to fit into that dress? And I know I can take the dress out and reduce the stress. I don't want that. I don't want to see a 220, 215 self in my wedding photos when I was 181 pounds 14 months ago. I'm not going to be 181 pounds in my wedding photos. I thought for sure I'd be at goal by now. This is devastating. Okay, sorry. I have really good makeup today, so I do not have time for this. So let's backtrack and talk to you about what I did yesterday. So I am doing my centerpieces, and I'm making them from scratch. God, I feel like I'm about to have a fucking breakdown. So a couple weekends ago, I went out to the backyard out there, and I'm trying to distract myself. I apologize. I just keep crying. And I painted bottles. So this is coral, and then last night I started playing around with ribbons and these little flower things, which I did when I bought the flowers. I actually didn't like them. Well, I liked them in the store, and then I brought them home, and I was like, they're not my style. But as I started putting them on here, they're so cute, right? So I'm doing all different kinds of color matching and color combinations and different sort of ribbon things. So I'm just showing you one of each color to show you, but all the ribbons and flowers look different. So that's the coral with the blue ribbon and the gray flower. This is just a gray bottle with just a coral bow. I don't tie a very good bow, but I mean, whatever. And then this is a blue bottle that I painted with gray ribbon and a coral flower. So I have all different combinations. I have some ribbons at the bottom. I've got some things tied. I've got crisscrossed. I've got, not all of them have flowers on it. So I did about 12 of those last night. I have about a gazillion left to go. But it's been fun. I was watching Orange is the New Black, and I'll just put on a show, and it's a great way to kill the time, and I've been having fun. And I have friends who want to help me, but it's like all of a sudden I'm not motivated to do it, and all of a sudden I'm like doing it. So I mean, it's hard to plan ahead. But yeah, it's been really fun, and my girlfriends have been great and letting me run a bunch of stuff by them. And I did my program this week, and I finally got a hold of my flower lady, so I have an appointment to do that next month. So this month is the hardest, I think, in terms of the 9 weeks. I think the next 4 are going to be the hardest because I've got my birthday this weekend and Monday, and next week is burger week, and so Kent is taking me for burgers like all week. But again, they're all specialty burgers, but I don't have to get the bun, right? So like, I budget the burger, I try to count for as much as accoutrement as I can, and I don't get the bun. Or we split and I take the bun off, because we generally go to 1 or 2 places and split over the course of an evening. And again, no drinking, and that's going to be hard because I'm in that phase of being like, but it's fun, it's summer, I want, whatever. So I just have to remember where I was back in January, like January, February, those 2 months I didn't drink. My headspace, I was determined. Then the weekend after that, I have my 20th high school reunion. Yes, I'm that old. I know it's hard to tell, but and I'm staying the night out there because I thought, oh, we're going to get wasted and I'm going to spend the night at the hotel where we're having it. But it'll be a nice way to just relax and enjoy a day off anyway. And then the weekend after that is my bridal shower. And then and then the weekend after that is, I'm going to the river with a girlfriend and a bunch of other people, like 15 other people. So it's like camping, but I get a room. And there's always a ton of junk food there. There's always a ton of snacks and alcohol everywhere. So I just have to stay strong and bring like sparkling sodas and sparkling waters and, whatever. It's going to be what it is. Other than my shower, which I'll probably budget, because it was my idea to have like mimosas, and mimosas, like, you don't put a mimosa in front of me and expect me to not drink it. I mean, I can, but it's my bridal shower. So anyway, 2 instances between now and the 9th. That's all I'm allowing myself. I'm not even going to drink at my rehearsal dinner because honestly, I do not have time for the night before bloat or swelling or eczema. Like, no way. So I'll drink at the wedding, my bachelorette party, which is a month before the wedding, and the shower, and that's it. And I'm not going to drink much at the wedding too. I'll probably have a drink before with the girls and toasting, obviously. So yeah, I'll probably drink a whole bottle of champagne throughout the entire day. So that's my goal. That's it. Sorry for the tears. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not looking for answers. I know all the things. I just can't. What the fuck? I'm at 18 minutes. Who cares? I'm going to stop now because, yeah. All right. Have a great week, you guys. Keep it fly out there. Send me some keep it fly vibes in here. I could use them a little bit. And I love you guys. Okay, bye.